Welcome everyone, this is Al Dackman Barry, and today we have a little bit of a different episode. I'm going to let all my cars say hello, and a little bit of a story about each and every one of them. So most of you already know Olivia. She's a 1993 DAC, ignore that, it's wrong, 112 UDM. She's from Fitești, a little town in Romania, and if you want to see the whole story about the adventure of bringing her over to the US, click right there. If it's on BitChute, then there'll be a link. Something you guys don't know about Olivia, an interesting story. So for that, I'll have to go inside. The original owner of this bus was another town in Slobozia. It's a bigger city in Wixom, and they kept it for a couple of years and obviously sold it over. Not exactly the most exciting kind of thing, but one thing I like doing is getting a little piece of history from each one of my vehicles, trying to get to the original owner. Yeah. Now obviously I've been the original owner of several of my cars, so for those I'm going to tell you just an interesting little story of my own.
Now, most of you guys know that my grandfather was involved in the making of these buses. He was not working for the factory itself. He worked for Electrotechnica as a lead electrical engineer. But he was so brilliant that he was able to get away with things during communism that no mere mortal could get away with. But he had his hands involved in everything, from the iron gates all the way to the nuclear reactors, the ones in Romania, not the Chernobyl one. But he also did some really interesting work with these buses, and for that I'm going to have to make a whole separate video because that's an interesting story in itself.
So here we have a 2004 Crown Vic LX Sport. Now these are incredibly rare, and I mean rare. In fact, this is the only one-of-one Crown Vic ever built. So if you think you got a one-of-one, chances are there's another one just like it. This is an exception. Why? Because I bought this car brand new and I didn't want certain features. You want to see it? Okay. Now obviously, if you noticed, there's some damage, and this was the car that I had the accident in when I broke my neck. Basically, airbag overinflated, and as I was driving, airbag hit me face forward, and then my head tilted back until I hit right here. Obviously with the door closed, it was a little closer, and I had the window open, which was something very rare because normally I got the air conditioner and the CD, but I figured, it was a nice warm day. What can go wrong? Obviously, even if this car wasn't so rare and not worth as much as it's, as a sport model is worth, I still would have kept it because it represents, well, me. Let's start her up while we talk. This car is also very important for other reasons. Now, some of you that watch regularly will know that I've been a police officer, both in the military and civilian. So I was driving along, interesting story. I was going home on leave, I was going through Missouri, and I I have a fairly decent memory. So I saw this Camaro, certain license plates. It was a Bolo out in front. And I remember this is one of the nasty ones. So I followed the car, and eventually he spotted me. Now I didn't buy this car to look like a cop. I just wanted a town car, but this guy thought I was a cop, which, funny enough, I was. And he was an escaped pedophile. He had already been sentenced. He was supposed to go to Fort Leavenworth, and I caught him. Now, there was some damage to the car because he was driving very erratically, going up on the median and kicking up rocks and whatnot. And I left that damage as a memory that, you know what, this car was like my partner in fighting crime. And the other story is just how I saved the life of somebody by speeding. Yes, you heard that right. I was speeding. So I was doing 140 miles an hour. Not because of fun. Nope. I had seen something that to this day still scares the ever-loving Jesus out of me. And what was that something? It was 3 tornadoes. Funnel clouds and all. Touchdown. So as I'm looking at them, like, okay, I am flooring it until I can see clear sky above my head. There's a cop in the meeting, also in Missouri, funny. And he's pointing at me, and all of a sudden, here comes a guy doing 140 miles an hour. He comes after me. So he pulls out, he's kind of like at a weird angle, and that's relevant in a bit. So he starts chasing me, and at one point, it's less about catching me and just boogieing. We cross into Oklahoma. I pull over. It's nice and sunny over. I get out, I'm all shaking, light up a cigarette. Cop car pulls right behind me. He gets out, lights up a cigarette too. He saw the tornadoes. As we're looking behind us, we can see where tornadoes cut right over the median. Now, I'm not sure if it hit the exact spot, but it sure looked like that to me. So I'm looking at the guys like, you know, if I didn't go by, you'd probably be flying up high with that Crown Vic of yours. So, yeah, that was an interesting thing. Obviously, didn't get a ticket or not. I normally drive like a old man. But yeah, that's how this car saved a cop's life and caught a pedophile. So, I think it deserves to be fixed. Now, this is one of the few cars that doesn't have a name. I'm at Olivia. I just call him the Crown Vic. Still sounds good. I'll do a review of this car. Now this is Scarlett, little 2014 V6 Camaro. It's my daily driver because I figure might as well drive in style. I bought her new, and you're never gonna guess for how much. Doesn't matter. So she's dirty, but it's a nice smooth car. It gets me where I need to go, and fuel mileage is pretty great, and I look good doing it. So sure beats a Corolla. As far as stories, as I'm recording this, I'm not sure if I'm going to show you the damage because I was rear-ended in this one, broke my back. That's plastic. This is blackjack because it was a gamble. Bought this as parts, $500. Turns out it's a great running car. Has some sad history behind it. The first owner was a foundry or a steel mill up in upstate New York somewhere. And once the steel mill closed down, sadly the car was abandoned in the mud. I guess somebody felt bad for the car, took it, got it somewhat running. The second owner was a young kid, didn't really know what he was doing, and he passed away. And these other guys bought it for parts and this and that, and Now, a cool little story. When I took apart the interior, I found this love note between two people on the assembly line. And it was no joke. They're setting up a date. He was writing down the note, meet me here, this and that, putting it in the car, and she would find it along down the assembly line. But I gotta wonder, whatever happened to him? I don't really have any names, but obviously this girl never got the last note. So I wondered, did they ever get married? Whatever happened to them? Who knows? Maybe one day I'll find out. Or if you ever remember doing that in 1973, passing notes down the assembly line, definitely leave me a comment because I'd like to hear from you. Now you already know the 74 Ranchero. It has been killing me. What do I call this car? That which shall not be named. Steve-O. I don't know if it hates me or is just a freaking sadist. You better subscribe to see all the crazy ideas that's going to go into this car. That's Dak Dynasty on VidShoot and YouTube. Also, buy yourself a damn t-shirt. It's cold. And last, at least for today, is Lorelei. As you can see, it's really tough to get a clear shot while she's in the garage, and it's so freaking cold that I'm not going to take her out. She is dirty as hell, but she is still 100% original. Now check that out. Oh God, I wish you guys could smell it. Vinyl and leather. It smells like 1971. Now she is a 72 model year, but she was built in 71. So she benefits from the old heads. They give her 365 horsepower and 500 foot-pounds of torque. She's got way more power than Olivia, even though she's little. And you never thought you'd see a video where we call the Continental little. But look at what I'm dealing with. So, I want you guys to subscribe so you can comment, because we're going to have a little contest. More on that in a bit. So what I want you to do is this. It's simple. I want you to pick which car you like the most, why, and I will do a full feature episode. Or if you want to see me climb a tree. Okay, I'm going to go inside because it's getting damn cold. I got to get this video edited so you can like it and subscribe. And if you really like it, get yourself a Dak Dynasty hoodie. So this is Al, Dakman Barry, and Olivia, and the Crown Vic, and Scarlett, and Blackjack, and Lorelei, and that which shall not be named. And we hope you have a great ride. This is such a horrible shot. I want you to pick which car you like. This is Blackjack. Shut up.